Hi and good morning everyone. Today I will talk about the preservation of monument. The monument of my choice for this discussion is Masjid Kampung Laut, or its English name is Kampung Laut Mosque. I will talk about the reason why any monument should be preserved, especially a building that has a historical story and value. But before that, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Arfa Mirza bin Nasir and my number metric is C21A1690. I as the chairman of the Malaysian Heritage Department, where my agency is responsible in conservation and preservation of the cultural heritage in Malaysia. Alright, first of all, let me explain first about the meaning of monument. Monument refer to a statue, building, or other structure erected to commemorate a notable person or event. In this talk, the monument in my talk is referred to a building, which is I will talk about the historical monument in Malaysia, and that is Masjid Kampung Laut. The Masjid Kampung Laut is one of the oldest mosques in Malaysia. It be said that this mosque dates to around early 18th century. However, there is a reference to it being originally built in the 40s. This mosque located on Jalan Kuala Krai in Nilan Puri in the Malaysia state of Kelantan. I want to talk about why are monuments also important in our country. There are a few questions that I will try to answer because of this question is asking about the importance of preservation of monument. I will try to answer this first question on the screen the best way I can. 1. The first question is, why should we preserve the place or monument? In my opinion, the reason why Masjid Kampung Laut have to be preserved is due to have as a long history from its architecture only. There are a bunch of stories from where this mosque was designed and built, and one of that is the mosque was built in the 15th century by a group of Champa government transporter from the kingdom of Champa. Its style largely typical of local traditional architecture and is climate appropriate, which is kind of similar to local house in the area. This style is also remnant of a once culturally a southern Indian Hindu architecture. The original mosque has a basic architecture style and structure, with 4 pillars for the foundation and palm front for the roof. In addition, by the virtue of its architectural resemblance, it is said that the mosque was original Masjid Agung Demak that was built in 4001. There are other rumors about this mosque, like the mosque was relocated from its original site to Kampung Laut. However, there is no strong evidence to support this statement. This kind of legend or story about this mosque is what makes it valuable monument that should be preserved because of the history and story behind it, even from its how it was built only. Second question is, how do we preserve cultural heritage in our country? Alright, for this question, I would like to say that to preserve some cultural heritage in our country, we need to keep going by including it into our life, like the tradition, festival, or holiday that still be going because of people keep practicing it in their life. It is same as any building or monument. The way we can preserve any building is by including in our life. Building or monument is nothing if there are no use for people, because it is the people who was build this building and repair it when it's tearing apart or at the verge of collapse. So for Masjid Kampung, it's a mosque that worship home for a Muslim. If want to, if we want to keep this mosque alive, Muslim people should go and use this place of religious activities, for instance, pray. Because of that, the maintenance will keep this monument going strong, as it will strengthen this building base. But it's also possible for the monuments be used like the Muslim people, but it's only possible if this monument being used like the Muslim people are frequently goes to this mosque to pray, or tourists that on vacation that visiting this mosque will surely want to buy some local handcraft or product for that reason. We could set up and open up a shop in mosque area. This way, the local state will have a money from the tourism activity to keeping a good maintenance for this mosque as it's become a state source of economy. Okay, for the third question is, what is then is no monument? For this question, I would like to say that if if there is no any historical monument or any type of monument in one's country, that country will be a very dull and colorless country. Because monument is like some kind of paint that painting our country in the unique way at the point it become our landmark where that could attract people interest for our Malaysian country. For example, the USA has a Pentagon. The USA has a Pentagon as defense headquarters, and the UK has it as a Big Ben watch that being displayed in the beauty of London City. It became their main attraction of their country that serve as landmark. We also need to own at least one monument that will represent our country, where people just see the picture for the brief moment will recognize it is serve as our landmark. It will differentiate our country from others because of how unique our building is. And that's why the preservation for Masjid Kampung or any type of monument is precious for the benefit of the country itself. For the first question, for the fourth question is, how do we educate our children on heritage preservation? For me, they should be taught starts from since an early age from their parents. Parent is because parents is children first teacher where they learn everything from observing their parent action where soon they will follow it. For me, parents should implant an early knowledge for kids who at their age where their curiosity and learning level is high, where they'll always want to know a new thing, will learn about their history and culture. By teaching them that monument is symbolized to our culture and history, where it tell us from where we come and how far we come. By learning about this, by learning about the historical monument in their country, it will bring a conscience in themselves to embrace the importance of monument, no matter if take if it have a historical value or not. They learn that the historical monument is like a Masjid Kampung is more than just a building. It represent our culture, history, and most importantly, our religion as a Muslim. And for the last and fifth question is, agency of the heritage preservation in Malaysia. Well, first of all, our agency, which is the Malaysian Heritage Department, is play a big role involved in conservation and preservation of the monument. We are responsible for enforcing the law in Act of National Heritage 2005, register national heritage into the Heritage Register and the National Heritage Register. The other agency apart from us that involves this far as we are the National Museum, where their main function is to research, collect, and preserve history, heritage, and national nature. Also, other than that, National Museum also responsible for provide knowledge development service through a kind of exhibition, talks, workshops, seminar, forums, and conference where they will guide visit to exhibition hall. As as for conclusion, I hope all that all the questions that I have answered could give a little enlightenment to why monument preservation in Malaysia is important. I want to apologize. I want to apologize in. I want to apologize if my explanation is not perfect, but still, I want to say thank you for listening to my talk. So thank you very much for listening and goodbye.